This
You feel brand new. Big lights will inspire you. Hear it for New York, New York, New York. Feel it coming in the air. Yeah. Hear the screams from everywhere. Yeah. I'm addicted to the thrill. I'm ready. It's
You
a
ready?
dangerous love affair.
What's up?
Can't be scared when it goes down. Got a problem? Tell me now.
What's
Only
up?
thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight. Who's gonna run this town tonight?
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Sicker than your average. Pop a twist cabbage off instinct. Niggas don't think shit stink. Pink gators. My Detroit players. Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. Dead right. If the head right, Biggie there. Air night. Papa been school since days of under rules. Now
New York City. New York City. Everybody, thank y'all for attending. This is day 2 of a 4-day funding crash course. Okay. Summer 21 NYC 4-day funding crash course. This is day 2. Day 1 was fantabulous and is now posted on the YouTube channel. So go to the website, check that out. This one we recorded too, all right? So we thank y'all for coming, everybody. And this is gonna be exciting, okay? All right. Okay, everybody. So this is what you see. This is like the New York series, right? So I'm gonna have these pictures behind me of different places where I've been going while I'm here in New York. You see my Times Square joint? That's where I was at, Times Square. All right. All right. So, okay. Let me go to script, share my screen. And I'm gonna tell you what the rundown is. All right. The rundown tonight is, and it's changed, okay? It's changed a little bit. Okay, so the rundown tonight is gonna be, I'm gonna go over how to make your business credible in the eyes of the lender, okay? And then I'm gonna have a representative from Credit Suite come in. And Credit Suite is my parent company, right? So when I sell my core package, my clients are using the core package designed by Credit Suite. They're my parent company, like, right? So they're gonna come in and they're gonna talk about different funding options that we provide. And if you like any of the options, then what you do is you schedule a free business credit consultation, in which I'm going to tell you how to do that shortly. Okay? Just so y'all know who I am, my name is Noel A. Booker Sr. Okay? Check out my contact information. The website is businesscreditbuilder.us, right? And at the bottom, there are 2 buttons that's going to be throughout this. This is a short presentation. But anyway, this one is going to be the green button is how you get a free guide on how to build business credit. So you go to businesscreditbuilder.us/free guide, okay? And to get a free business credit consultation, you go to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult, okay? Great. I know y'all got that, right? Y'all can take notes today. Okay, well, let's see who we got in here. Let me see. Boom. Okay, who's in here tonight? Tiff. What up, Tiff? Miss Stringer is in here. Cool. Miss Stringer, she does financial coaching and efficiency, and she's from Northern California. Wow, Northern California in the building. Tiffany's from Columbus, Ohio. She has skincare, licensed esthetician. She was in here yesterday. Wasn't you in here yesterday? I remember saying esthetician was like, oh snap. Let's see, Lester, he got a laundromat in Georgia. Word up, Lester. I ain't mad at you. Miss Overstreet, hello. She's in the building. She's so polite.
Good evening. How you doing, Noel?
All righty. Who else we got in here? Loretta Lowe from Atlanta, Georgia. She has a nonprofit that she's about to launch an independent real estate brokerage with a focus on helping renters become home owners. All right now. Erica Mosley, she has a restaurant in Atlanta. A lot of Atlanta people. All right now. My cousin always calling me right when I'm on live. I can't answer that. All right. Who else? Sandra Beeman from Milwaukee. She's a notary loan signing agent. Who else we got? Miss Williams, handcrafted soaps and body care products. And she's also in Georgia. I'm getting ready to mess up your name. Miss Minor Teague from Philly, travel business owner, travelbytish.com. Check her out. Miss Williams, all right, I got you already. Word up. All right, she's on the soap, making sure you get cleaned up. Okay, everybody, thank you very much. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. In order to get to the funding that Brandy is coming in from Credit Suite, and he's gonna talk to you about the different funding options that you have, right? Brandy's gonna come in, but before you can even get to those funding options, you have to make sure your business is set up correctly, meaning you are credible in the eyes of the lender, okay? It's good to know what the lender is thinking before you fill out that application for them to get you approved, okay? So that's what we're gonna go over so I can lead you up to Brandy. Brandy's gonna tell you the different options, right? Okay. All right, so y'all introduced me already. Now, most people fail when trying to get money and grow their business. Most people try to get money from the bank when they need money. Most don't know that EIN credit can be built regardless of personal credit quality. Many apply for credit in the wrong order. Now that's crucial right there. Many people apply for credit in the wrong order. Okay, so building business credit is a step-by-step process. Each step is needed for the next step. Okay, so there's no skipping steps. All right. Many entrepreneurs don't know that money is available based on business strengths. Okay. How we can help. Business Credit Builder. We show you, this is the part where I need some elevator music right now. So as I say this, okay. We show you how to make your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Our high-tech software helps you build your business credit to access high-limit store credit, business loans, and credit lines. We work with all legitimate types of funding programs that are available today, offering funding through hundreds of investors and lenders through a multitude of different funding programs. Okay, so making your business credible in the eyes of the lender. This is like the first step in building business credit and accessing funding. And it's the most important step in the whole process. And the reason why I say that is because when you are applying for a loan or something, an account, a credit account or a loan, business loan, credit line, anything, you have an application. And on the application, there are different fields. And each field that they're asking information from you, they're actually doing something with that information. For instance, when the field is for your business name, then what they are actually doing is pulling up a list of all the businesses with a similar name and address as yours. And it's a computer that's trying to match this up. And it has to match up exactly. And I do mean exactly to the character, okay? Now, if it doesn't match up exactly to the character, then they can deny you and they don't have to tell you why, okay? So what that means to a business owner is that you have a name, they got a dash in it or some special characters, and you're filling out this application all fast because you got things to do. You're trying to fill out this application. You miss the dash, you abbreviate a word or something, you leave out the INC, and boom, they deny you, and they don't have to tell you why they denied you. So you can continue to do this over and over again. You see, so the credibility piece is very detailed, and you have to have this right from the beginning, all right? This is the most important step. So the perception lenders, vendors, and creditors have of your business is critical to your ability to build strong business credit. Before applying for business credit, a business must ensure it meets or exceeds all the lender credibility standards. There are over 20 credibility points that are necessary for a business to have a strong, credible foundation. Okay, so the first thing you need to look at is your business name, right? It is very important that you use your exact business legal name, okay? So if you have a DBA, you need to be listing your business name with the DBA. Actually, it's whatever is listed on the Secretary of State certificate that they sent you when you registered your name. That name has to be exactly how it is on that certificate, because that's what they're going to be checking. All right. So if you have a DBA in that, then you always have to list that DBA exactly how it's listed on the certificate. Ensure your business name is exactly the same on your corporation papers, your licenses, bank statements, and more. All the stuff where your business name is listed, it has to be listed exactly, okay? You can build business credit with almost any corporate entity type. If you truly want to separate business credit from personal credit, your business must be a separate legal entity, not a sole proprietorship or partnership. Unless you have a separate business entity, which is a corporation, or an LLC, which is called a limited liability corporation, you might be doing business, but you are not truly a business. You need to be a corporation or LLC in order to separate personal from business liability. Okay? The next thing you need to know is about your EIN number. Okay? Whether you have employees or not, your business entity must have a federal tax ID number. You cannot build business credit without an EIN number, AKA a federal tax ID number, okay? Just like you have a social security number, your business has an EIN. Your tax ID number is used to open your bank account and to build your business credit profile, okay? Take the time to verify that all agencies, banks, trade credit vendors have your business listed with the same tax ID number. See, that's one of the common mistakes that business owners make, is that they don't have consistent information across the board. And that's highly important, to have consistent information, all right? Okay, address. This is crucial, all right? Business address. There are 3 options in selecting your business address. There are no more options after this 3, okay? The first option is to have a brick and mortar, right? A place where you can accept packages, okay? The second option is a virtual office. There are virtual office companies in every city and all over the world, okay? And they can offer you a virtual business address for as low as $50 a month, okay? And a lot of my clients use virtual offices because they don't want to share their home address with others, right? So they use the virtual address, okay? And with the virtual address, they have other services also, like they'll offer you a service where they open your mail and then they scan it and fax it to you. Or you can rent an office space there. When you rent an office space there, they give you access to the break room, the meeting rooms, and they have a nice reception area with a receptionist there, and it makes your business look all professional, okay? And 3, the last resort is your home address, okay? And the reason why the home address is the last resort is because lenders and creditors do not perceive home-based businesses as being credible, okay? But they take this as a case-by-case basis. So for instance, let's say you're a hairstylist, right? Well, maybe you can pay the bill doing hair from the house. But on the contrary, let's say you're a trucking company. Well, maybe you can't keep all those trucks at the house. So they're trying to see if this makes sense, right? And another good thing to know is that on your Dun & Bradstreet credit report is a picture of your Google Maps location, okay? So they're looking at your crib. They're looking right at your crib when they're getting ready to approve you, okay? I see we got a question in there. Let's see what we got. I have two virtual offices and I use my home address for my business statements, etc., credit cards. Okay, Miss Overstreet. Okay, and I see Tiffany. I'll get back to that, Tiffany. Hold on. So, Miss Overstreet, what I would do in that instance is have all of those statements and credit cards go to my main business address, which it seems like is your virtual office. And you should only have one address for your business, one main address, okay? So that when you fill out an application, you're gonna put that main address in, and then they're gonna look on different places and they're gonna wanna see that same address, okay? They're not gonna wanna see your mailing address. They wanna see your main business address, and it should line up every place when you fill the application out. Now, the day before you fill the application out, you can have all these different type of addresses everywhere. But the day you fill that application out, they're gonna be checking and they're gonna wanna see one address because they're thinking to themselves, well, where are you? Are you at this address or are you at that address? Are you gonna pay the bill? So that's how they think. They want to know where you are. If you got these different addresses, different telephone numbers, different names listed, then that's a red flag to them. So I hope I answered that question. Or you operate in a few states. Okay. I would say the same thing applies. Now, you can have these different addresses, right? But the ones those lenders are going to check, let me see which ones you said are going over there. Your credit card, is that your personal credit card or your business credit card? So your business credit card should have your business address, right? It should have the right address. Ooh, did I miss something? Hold on. Your business statements, yeah. All that stuff, I would say have one address, okay? Because when they see different addresses, they don't care if you are working in different states. They want to see consistent stuff, which means to them that you're a credible business and you're going to pay the bill, okay? Let's see. Hold on, y'all got a bunch of questions. Let me get to this. Hold on. What if you have an office in your home? That's cool. You can use your home address as your main office. But let's say you don't want to use you don't want to share your home address with people. Then you get a virtual address. You have everything sent to that virtual address and you go pick up your mail, okay? So everything has to line up, all right? When you fill out the application, everything needs to line up. So basically, you should have a corporate office. Duh, but not everybody can do that, right? Not everybody can do that. Not everybody can have a corporate office because they cost a lot, right? So the virtual office is as low as $50 a month, okay? Let's see, did I miss any questions? I understand. Cynthia says, I understand that all paperwork needs to have the same address. So once I get the brick and mortar, I plan to update my address everywhere. Also need for Google My Business. That is absolutely correct. So when you are in existence and you have one address and then you change the address, you need to go back to every place. And I go back to the Secretary of State, change the address. I go to the IRS, associated with your EIN number, change the address. Your bank account, change the address. Your telephone that needs to be listed, there's an address associated with that. You need to change that. Every place needs to line up, okay? Let me see if I missed anything else. Did I miss something from Tiffany? Can you start with a home? Tiffany says, can you start with a home address as a starter address while you're looking for a brick and mortar, but you want to set your EIN? Yeah, so that's the same thing I was talking about, right? So you can change your address, but once you change your address, you got to go back and change it all so that when you fill out the application, everything is lining up, okay? Okay, so I hope I answered that. Let's see, any more questions here that I missed? So basically, okay, does your virtual office report to your credit report? Most of the virtual offices do not report your monthly payments for rent for the virtual office, okay? Most of them do not, okay, report, okay? So those are not trade lines. Those are addresses of businesses, a business expense for you, okay? Ms. Overstreet got another question. If I want to open another business, would it be best to open as a TBA under current EIN or create a new EIN and new business? That's a good question, Ms. Overstreet. Me personally, I shy away from DBAs because now with the DBA, now I got to write down 2 business names every time I fill out an application, right? And on top of that, I would get a new business for that second DBA. I would just start a whole new business because that means that second business has its own stream of possible funding, you see? So one of the changes I've made in once I learned about business credit is that every time I got a new idea, I set up a new Secretary of State name for it because that's a whole nother set of loans that I could possibly get. You see? Okay. So, Ms. Overstreet, I hope I answered that. Okay, there goes Brandy. How much time I got? Okay, that's Brandy. He's checking in. Give me 5 minutes, Brandy, and we're gonna get to Brandy. Okay. All right. Business address. Okay, I talked about this virtual stuff, right? I already talked about that. This is my go-to for virtual office. It's DaVinci. DaVinci, and what you do is go to businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors, and when you go there, you'll see this DaVinci logo. And there's a name, there's a telephone person, there's a telephone number to call, there's a person to ask for, and there's explicit instructions on how to get this address. You can't use any address either, okay? Your address has to be unique to your business. So DaVinci, what they do is they fill out this particular form and send it into the post office, so your address is unique. So your address needs to come up in Google, like, you know, when you type in the Google, you type in the address in Google, and before you finish, the address is populated. That's how your address needs to come up and unique to your business. A lot of virtual office companies, they'll give an address to 100 companies and give the same address to those companies. That's not good, all right? That's not good, all right? That could be a red flag down the line. And you want to eliminate all possible red flags because when they deny you, they don't have to tell you why, okay? So you should have everything lined up so you know it's not that, I know that, okay? So that's the thing. You have to have everything lined up perfectly so that you can get automatic approvals. And that's what we do for you. Once you got your information set up correctly, you put it on the application, you get an automatic approval. If they have to underwrite, if they have to manually underwrite your application, most likely you're not going to get that, all right? Okay, next is the phone number. You must have a dedicated telephone number, all right? And listed with 411 directory assistance under the business name. Lenders, vendors, creditors, and even insurance providers will verify that your business is listed with 411. A toll-free number will give your business credibility, but you must have that local business number for the listing with 411 directory assistance. So this is the basic rundown with the telephone numbers, right? You must have a local number listed with 411 National Directory, okay? Must. This is not one of those steps that you skip and say, you know what? I'm just gonna use this telephone number and I'm not gonna list it. I'm still gonna get that account. No, you won't, okay? So this is not the step that you skip over, okay? I see there's a question in there, hold tight. And just know that all questions I'm gonna ask at the end, but I wanna get to my man Brandy so he can give you the information. But let me get this information out real quick. Okay, so the local business, the local number is necessary. And when the lender sees this local number and it is listed, they're saying yes. And then when they see that you have a toll-free number, which is not necessary, but it makes it look like you're a business that's gonna pay the bill, right? So you get that local number listed, you get that 800 number and your fax number. Now you're looking like, hey, they might be able to pay that bill. You're looking more credible, okay? You're looking more credible when you have those, all right? Okay, even if you're a single owner with a home-based business, a toll-free number provides a perception that you are an even bigger company. See, it's just a perception. You don't have to be able to pay a bill. You just have to look like you can pay a bill, okay? That's it. You just have to look like you can pay a bill. You don't have to be able to pay the bill, all right? But when you do get a bill, you pay it in full, right? You already know. All right. And it's inexpensive, all right? So this is my go-to for local telephone numbers for your business. Freedom Voice, Ring Central, Vonage. All three of these will do you justice. But my go-to is Freedom Voice. The reason why is because Freedom Voice will give you a local number for $9.95 a month, and they will list it for $3 a month. So I figured I gotta spend $13. Okay, I gotta spend $13, all right, a month for this local telephone number. Because let me say this, I didn't say it before, but for the telephone number, you cannot use a cell phone number. You cannot use your home landline telephone number as your main business telephone. The reason why is because on that application, what they are doing is pulling up a database of all home-based telephone numbers and all cell phone numbers. You come up on that list, they could deny you and they do not have to tell you why, okay? So that's the move on that. Let me see what we got here. Any questions? Andre White, is it common for vendors to ask you to money in as a fallback option? No, they don't normally do it in that way. The way they do it is they might say, if you go and ask for some credit from a company and you don't have any credit on your profile, then what they'll do is ask you to make some payments first. Buy some stuff first, right? They'll ask you to buy a couple of things first, and then they see you pay it. Then they might give you that net 30 account, all right? That's on net 30 accounts, okay? All right, Sheena. Hey, Noel, you mentioned Google phone numbers before. Yeah, I used to mention Google telephone numbers before, back in the day, right? But no longer do I do that because the Google Voice telephone numbers do not list to the national directories consistently. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Most of the time it doesn't, okay? So I don't even go there. I'm just gonna tell you the way that's for sure, definite, the way to go. And the cheapest, Freedom Voice. Cool. All right. Let me see something here. I didn't see that direct message. What's that direct message? Brandy. Anyway, I know Brandy has to go. He has an emergency, and I'm gonna get him on here and do his 20 minutes real quick. Brandy, you ready?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this is Brandy Williams with Credit Suite. This is like my parent company. So when I sell y'all my core package and I talk to you about my finance team and my advisory team, they come from Credit Suite, Brandy Williams. And he's gonna talk to you about different funding options that we have. And I am going to bring up a slide and I'm gonna go through the slides and he's gonna talk, okay? Hold tight, here we go. Slideshow, boom. So now you should see Brandy's slide, right? Is that your slide right there, Brandy?
Yes, go to number 8, if you will.
Number 8. All right, I don't know which number it is.
It should, or it doesn't list it? Okay, it's gonna say, why would a business have trouble getting funding at the top? It should come after that slide there, I believe. Yep,
there we go. Okay, go ahead, run your stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, Brandy Williams with Credit Suite.
All right, hello everyone, good evening. So most of the time we wonder why businesses get trouble getting funding. So I'm just gonna just name a few things, get a few bullet points here for you guys. One of the great reasons that most businesses get trouble getting funding is poor credit history. Banks do want to see responsible payments. That is one of the main things we like to tell our clients. Make sure you make responsible payments. So when you're building your business credit and you get those vendors and you get those different trade lines, whether it be Dun& Bradstreet, whether it be Equifax, whether it be Experian, whoever, make sure you make timely payments. Not just for your business, but also for yourself. So make sure you get some of your personal credit fixed as well too, because that's very important, because term loans for the most part are still personally guaranteed, even if you have built business credit. So that's something you want to be mindful of. If you can go to another slide, let me see. Here's how you get around some of these problems. It would be 2 slides down, please. Go back. Yeah, so there you go. So how do you get around these problems? Start thinking like a lender. So what do lenders look for? And that's how you need to think when you're submitting an application to a lender. They just want to know how you're going to pay them back. So most of the time when people go out and they look for funding, they ask a lot of different questions. How much money can I get approved for? And I like to tell people, base it off your income, your business income. So let's say your business make $100,000 a year, but let's say every month you net $5,000, right? So your cash flow between month January to month December, which is 12 months, is $5,000, 5,000 times 12. And then you want to probably multiply that by 3. That's probably the max you will be qualified for in any business. So remind you, it's not the top line revenue, but it's actually the actual cash flow that you have that's not, contributed to either debt service or cost of goods or cost of service. Everybody don't have cost of goods. Some people have cost of service. So some people have contractors work for them, they have cost of goods, the products that they buy in order to sell to their consumers. So this is what you need to be mindful of when you're going out looking for capital. How much money can I qualify for? That's what lenders think about. How much money does he have in assets cash that is not tied to products, services, or debt services? So let's go to another important slide I think would be really helpful for those that are in real estate. I think we have one of those great programs for people that's in real estate, because we like to cater to those individuals. There's not a lot of loan companies out there that cater to them. And I'm trying to find that slide that you can go to it that I can kind of help you navigate there. It should be, can you see on the far left hand side the different numbers or no?
Yes.
Yeah, keep going down. It's going to be the first one. It's going to say, it should be at the equipment financing. So keep going down. There you go. So it should be number 34. Yeah. So this is commercial real estate financing. So commercial real estate financing loans are often made to business entities. So like developers, corporation, limited partnerships, or funds or trusts. So mainly most of the time when we think about getting real estate financing, we think about, putting in our personal name. But when it comes to commercial financing, developers, corporations, and limited partners, so this can be LLCs, this can be LPs, etc. They go out and they look for commercial financing in the corporation name only. So it's a standalone only based on the corporate business credit. To qualify for these particular loans, if you go down on 35, terms and qualifying are as such. We have loans from $100,000 to $10 million when it comes to commercial financing. Our terms run between 6 months to 60 months, and our rates are from 6% to 22%, depending on the lender. Everyone knows once you get to that 9 to 10%, you're mostly talking about hard money lenders in that regard. And so now that 60 months goes down to roughly about 36 months. So you got to be mindful. So when the higher the loan amount you're trying to achieve, mainly in commercial financing, you got to always remember that it's going to be hard money attached to it. It's not going to be more conventional or more private lending. It's probably going to literally be about hard money, 10% or higher. Mainly the soft spot was normally between 12 to 15%. There's no real qualifying when it comes to Equifax or the FICO score, if you will. Let's see, on slide 36, you can see here that the FICO score needs to be 500 or better. And the reason why they only say 500 or better, because the FICO score is not the determining factor of how you're going to get this conventional or this commercial loan, if you will. It's really going to be based on several things: the property that you choose, the amount that you're buying it for, and also several other factors. How much are you looking to put into yourself? Mainly needs to be roughly about 30%. And then the last thing, it is if it's a producing asset. So every one of those producing assets are really literally limited to apartment buildings, hotels, alike. So, or even warehouses that you already have an occupant living there. So you already have, a tenant in that particular space.
Hey, Brandy.
Go ahead.
Somebody got a question here. Loretta is asking, this may be covered later, but should I disregard invitations for a credit card for my business that I received from American Express? I'm a commercial realtor.
It depends. So I don't want to say disregard it, but for the most part, when it comes to American Express, Blue is the one they normally give commercial or business without using your personal guarantee. So that's something you should definitely be mindful of when you're looking for American Express. American Express really caters to businesses, but in regards only to that Blue card. If it's anything else, and if it's in your business name, most likely they're going to ask you for your SSN. So be mindful of that. If you want to use your SSN, then by all means you want to do that. But if you want to just keep things strictly in your business name, make sure you ask the representative if you can be invited or do you qualify for that Blue card.
Okay.
And let's see.
Next slide.
Yes. Next slide, please. Let's see what we have here. For the other relatives, remember I just told you 70% is the maximum LTV on our hard money loans. Also, you also want to be mindful of several things. LTV matters with us when it comes to our hard money lenders, and they really do not tarry over that 70% LTV mark. Everything still applies. You still got to get a 1003 application. You got to have at least 3 months of bank statements, and that's in the business name. So you got to have 3 months of business bank statements. And the one thing they want to do is they want to see the cash flow. Once again, cash flow matters. Not how much money is deposited into your account, but how much money leaves and how much money remains, because they want to make sure you can qualify for the debt service that you're about to take on. So if that mortgage becomes about $5,000 a month, they want to make sure that you have a leverage or average balance between $5,000 to $10,000. So our next slide talks about that too. They're going to ask you for a PFS. And the reason why they ask you for that is because they want to make sure that the owners also are creditworthy. And it's not about creditworthy when it comes to pulling your credit report, but creditworthy when it comes to your finances. And also they're going to ask you for a P&L and a balance sheet. And most likely they're going to ask you for 2 years of your tax returns. If you have not been in business for 2 years and you've been in business for 1 year, do not fret. We have possible lenders mainly on the private side you may qualify for. So don't give up hope because you haven't been in business for 2 years. Make sure you still have several documents, P&L, balance sheet, your bank statements, a PFS. And if you have 1 month, 1 year, of your tax returns, that may qualify for you for a personal or a private lender that we have, and they may qualify you and they may get you approved based on that information alone. So don't worry about the 2 years if you do not have it. Let's see. One other thing I do want to cover is, which is very important, is line of credit. Okay, and that's on page 42. And the reason I like to cover this particular thing is because we have a program called our hybrid program. And what we do is we qualify you for multiple cars at one time under not just your business name, but your name personally. You have to have a 680 credit score. And for the most part, we have seen some of our partners or people that have qualified or got into this program, our clients, if you will, have got up to 50 to 60, 70, some up to $100,000 in lines of credit, unsecured, and also based on the business revenue. So there's a lot of different things that we like to present to you when it comes to business credit or lines of credit, if you will. But our hybrid program is one of those particular ones that you have to have a 680 credit score. Now, my last point is we do have other lines of credit that is not attached to your personal credit, but also just attached to the business revenue. And those work a little differently. And it's based on the cash flow on the business revenue. They do check all your bank statements, some going back to 12 months, if you will. And then that's how they qualify you for that particular line. And those are paid a little differently. There's not paid on a term like, most credit cards, maybe a month. They may have to pay every other week. Some people do it every week. These are new credit cards that are coming out based only on business credit only, not your personal credit. And I think I really just want to touch on those things because those are some of the things that we really hit on the most. I'm pretty sure that you guys are very versed on the fleet cards, on how they work, especially NOEL has been educating you guys on building that business credit. And that's one of the first cards that you qualify for is the fleet card and also the business bank card. And that is normally with Sam's. And that's when you have roughly about 10 or more trade lines on your personal, on your business credit, excuse me. So that's not just to qualify for Dun & Bradstreet. That's mean Experian, that mean Equifax. They check all of those three, all the major ones in that regard. And if you do have that, you can qualify for a Sam's MasterCard. Understand me, this is not just shopping at Sam's with a Sam's card, but it's a Sam MasterCard that you can use as a MasterCard anywhere MasterCard is accepted, just based purely on your business credit alone. Any questions from the audience?
I have a question. This is Cynthia. So are all those requirements just for real estate loans, or is that for all types of loans with the business?
For which particular for commercial real estate is always going to apply to the commercial real estate of what you qualify for. But when it comes to our term loans, those particular things defer. And I mean by defer meaning how long you've been in business and what is your revenue and what you qualify for. So remember, anytime you try to go for a loan, think like a lender. If you was going to lend somebody money, how would you want to get paid back? That's how, I try to tell our clients to look at it. So is there any loan in particular that you have your eyes set on at this moment?
No, I got an SBA loan on my personal credit, and then I realized I really want to build business credit. So I don't really need a loan. I just want to start building my business credit.
Okay, yeah. So NOEL is the right guy to go for that. So what he can do, he can get you into our core program, and then he can start helping you build business credit. So like, for instance, when I talked about the Sam's card, that's only attached to your business, but you have to be able to build your business credit over a period of time. And NOEL can go over those things with you on how that works. We set you up, we get you started out with a few fleet cards, a few retail cards, mainly the smaller retail cards. And then once you make timely payments in the next 2 to 3 months, then you start qualifying for more cards. And then you can really start getting credit cards only solely in your business name only.
Great.
Any more questions? I know you got some more questions. He went over some high detail stuff without a lot of detail. So y'all don't have no more questions? Was this over your head? Y'all want to go back to business credit?
No, keep going.
Denise, you got a question for me?
No, I'm just taking it all in.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
no, anyone have any questions, just let me know, or feel free to hit up Noel in the meantime. And I'll definitely, get back with you guys or have one of our representatives hit you up, and Noel know how to do that. Just always remember, when you're looking for business credit or you're looking for business financing, the minimum amount is $10,000 for any of our programs. And the maximum goes up to 10 million, and in some cases 20 million, depending on our lender, but we like to say 10 million. So we have all kind of financial products for you, from asset-based lending, which that simply means your assets of your company. So that can be AR, which is accounts receivable. It can be equipment financing. It can be revenue-based, which simply means it only goes off the revenue of your company. So that means deposits that goes into your bank account. We have term loans that's really just based on rare things, or it can just be unsecured.
Okay. We got a couple people with hands up and a question.
Okay.
Denise, go first.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask how can we book like a consultation to talk directly with you guys about our business directly? How can we book that?
You go to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. Business Credit Builder. I'm gonna type it in the chat box also.
Thank you.
Now we got Miss Mullen. Go ahead.
Hi. How do you check, like, to see what the credit score is, like your business credit score is?
You want to handle that, B? Or Brandy?
Yeah, so there's a lot of different ways. It depends on which agency it is, but with Dun & Bradstreet, it's really easy. You can do two things. You can get a subscription for a year and pay them up front, which I believe is $2.99 at this moment. And that allows you to be able to monitor your credit builder and also check your particular score. Now with Experian and Equifax, they do the same, but they're a little cheaper than Dun & Bradstreet. And those right now run about a little bit over $100. I'm not familiar with Equifax, how much they charge, but Experian is about 100 and some change. And it's simply like you do your personal credit. You just, you sign up, you go to Experian/business, and then you can just check your business score by, putting your information and then paying that premium, and you can check your score that way. And I want you to let you know, Ms. Mullen, that when you check your score, they also give you indicators of how you can better improve your business credit, and also what is affecting your business credit. So they give you a lot of different indicators, and that's no extra free at charge when you actually apply for those things.
Right. And to add on to that, when you do business with us at Business Credit Builder, we provide you a way to get all 3 credit reports for $25 a month, okay, for all 3. So we save you a little bit of money like that.
Oh, got it. Okay, thank you.
Okay, now we got another question. Let's see, Joy. She says the hybrid program let you apply for which kind of loans? Can you
say that again?
It says the hybrid program let you apply for which kind of loan? Can you clarify, Joy?
Yes. I don't want to give you an answer that may not.
She hasn't said anything yet. Hey, Joy, you can open your mic if you like. Alcatel, Joy.
Sounds like she's just asking what kind of loans are, and what kind of loan type can you get, like vehicle, equipment, real estate, with the hybrid loan? If not, that's my question.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so the credit line hybrid financing is a way that we help startup businesses, or just if you're in business to get lines of credit. So once you obtain a line of credit, you can do whatever you like, you know, in the business name with that particular line of credit that you get. But remember, you have to have a 680 credit score minimum to qualify for that loan. And it's up to $150,000 if someone wants to know the loan amount it goes up to. No collateral needed, and also no financials needed for that particular one.
Okay, great.
Nice question.
Thank
Very
you.
good question. Okay. Any more questions for Mr. Williams? I know y'all got something. Think hard. I don't get
I have a question.
executives.
I have a
Okay.
question.
Go ahead.
For the 7A loan program, I see that it requires a 620 credit score. Now, does this vary from state to state, or is this across the board? The
You talking about the SBA loan?
yes.
Yeah, but the SBA loan is literally federally funded, doing by the bank's guarantees. So that 620 is across the board.
Okay.
But the one thing you got to be mindful is the things that's listed there. SBA loans, and the young lady that was on that's a realtor can kind of tell you, because she went through that process. There really are tedious, right? Because they're going to ask you a lot of different things. So long as you have all your ducks in a row, if you, especially if you're buying the business, that business should have the criteria that it needs, like the, you know, P&L, balance sheets, tax returns, you know, bank account statements. But they're not really that hard to qualify for, as long as you have the 620 credit score, and you have to have 10% down.
How many years do you have to be? Okay, I see it. It says 2 years you must be in business.
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah, 2 years in business.
Okay, so if you start up, not yet.
Yeah, or unless you're buying a business, if you're a startup and you're acquiring a business, then that'll be a different scenario. Then that wouldn't apply to you.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, I just noted I put that address in the wrong place. So now y'all should see the link to do the free business credit consultation. You should see that. Okay. All right. Miss Mullen, you got your hand up again? Run it.
Yeah. Do any of those certifications, do those add any kind of bill credit for your business? Like, you know, the certs, like where you get like women-owned certifications, all of those things like that you have to work towards, like all that stuff, like women-owned business, or I don't know, the minority-owned business, you know, because you have to have all that different kind of paperwork to show to get certified. Does that help for credit worthiness? Because you have so many all these financials that you have to prove, to show rather, to get certified in those different programs.
Right. So when you get certifications like minority status, or been woman owned, or disabled veteran, or a veteran, these are all contract based. So you want to get that certification for the purpose of you being able to obtain government contract, whether it be state level, city level, federal level, what have you, municipality. Those are what that's for. It doesn't really help with the credit worthiness, but it definitely helps you get government contracting. And so government contracting and DMB goes hand in hand. Hence is why Dun & Bradstreet was created. It was created for the purpose of government contracting. So it allows you to do two things. If you are in government contracting, it allows Dun & Bradstreet to literally monitor all the contracts that you get. And for that purpose, they actually monitor that, and they actually rate your credit on just literally the contracts that you get from the government. But that's the only agency that does that.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that question. Let me see, Tiff, I'm not going to share the slides, but I'm going to do another presentation in a couple of weeks with this presentation. And we're going to go over all the details. Mr. Williams has other priorities he has to deal with. So we're doing a skim through on GP because he didn't want to let me down. So I appreciate him for taking this time out, because he's supposed to be handling some other family stuff at the crib. All right. So that's why we go. That's why we're skimming over this. But I'm gonna do another one of these. Okay.
Yeah. And if I'm available, I'll definitely come back on Noel and help out if possible.
Okay. Cool. Because I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yeah, definitely hold me to it.
Yep. Y'all heard that, right?
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Any more
any more questions? 'Cause I know we're gonna let him go because he has some stuff to take care of. Let me see. Miss Phillips got a question. I have vendor trade lines, but they don't show up on my business credit report. How do I get them to show up? You want to handle that? You want me to handle that, Mr. B?
Go ahead, my friend. This is a business credit thing.
Okay. Let me see. Vendor don't show up. Oh, yeah. You would need someone like us. See? Basically, the basic rundown on that. That's why it's a good deal to have a consultant, because what happens is this. These companies are not thinking about the after sale stuff. They're in the business for making a sale. So when you go, they're not really thinking about your trade line. So it does not always show up right? So you have to know, consultants like us, we know when to look for what a problem looks like, how to solve the problem. Your problem is this. We go back to the vendor, make sure they submitted the report to the business credit reports, right? And then once you do that, then you follow up with the business credit reports. Hey, this vendor sent it, where is it? So basically you have to know the steps to fix the errors. And that's what we do. That's what we specialize in, all right? We help you save time. We're not fumbling around trying to figure stuff out. See, if you do this on your own, you could probably figure it out, but it's going to take you some time. But we know what to do, and we're going to get right to the problem, and we know exactly what to do to solve it. All right. Let's see. Ms. Overstreet, do you guys help with obtaining SBA loans?
Yes, and yes. If you need an SBA loan, please see Noel. Go to his website, /consult, and one of our trusted representatives will definitely help you seek out the best SBA loan that you can qualify for.
Yep.
Are we still raising our hands, or are we able to speak, or what? I don't want to jump in on anybody.
Who's that? Jasmine. Go ahead, Jasmine.
So let me get this some clarity. So you guys deal with both, helping building business credit and getting credit. So is that two separate situations? Like for me, I just want to, I'm not in need of much funding at the moment, but I do want to build my business credit. Is that isolated or?
Yeah. We have a couple packages, right? So you can get the package. The core package gives you detailed building your business credit and access to the finance team. And then I got another package, just me and you, a one-on-one, and I help you build your business credit. Okay.
Okay. So when we connect with you, you will give us the prices, whatever.
That's right. Schedule a consult, and I'm gonna run it down. And
okay.
And Thursday, I'm gonna go over everything from the top to bottom in high detail. Thursday, the name of that presentation is called "How to Get $250,000 in Business Credit for Your EIN That's Not Linked to Your Social and Easily Access Credit Loans, Business Loans, and Credit Lines." All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jasmine, for that question. Miss Mullen, your hand still up? What up? Miss Mullen, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, cool. All right. Any more questions regarding funding from Brandy? And then I'm going to end up the little presentation I was doing about credibility, and then y'all can ask whatever questions. Go ahead.
For women minority businesses, what do you have out there for us for startup and for those who have been in business for a few years or so? Can you recommend any?
Well, so for minority-owned businesses, there is no true loan for us, if you will, right? So what you have to do, and I tell people this is a very, very, very good way to do it. So if you're a minority-owned business, particularly, people of color, you definitely want to do two things. One, check with your city and your county, right? Because if you're in I don't want to say a major city, but if you're in a nice size city, right? For instance, I'll give you a scenario. I had a friend I helped consult, and she lived in the Rochester area, and they had government funding, or they had a city funding for minority businesses only. The only caveat is she had to be in a certain area in the city, and then they'll write off that particular business loan. It was like very small amounts, like $15,000. And she had to show that she was going to stay in the city for 12 months, and then they literally dismissed the loan. So it was a free, pretty much almost a grant, if you will. If you've been in business for 2 years, you can qualify for a lot of different programs. It can go from, depending on how much you need, to see what kind of financial product we need to put you in. That's about it. When it comes to minority owned, like I said, when you're in the minority owned business, it's really about government contracting when people use that term more than just financing, because there's no real true financial product for us, if you will.
Okay.
And one more, and I could add to that too. Yesterday we did, I did a presentation on funding for minorities. So check the YouTube, and there's a portion of yesterday's presentation that deals with that as well. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're gonna let Mr. Williams go, and thank him. Everybody in the place, if y'all like them, just give them a round of applause. And how we do that is in the chat room. We put A's in the chat room, so just give him a round of applause for coming and hanging out with us, giving us that information, and we are going to take him up on that offer to come back next month.
I'll be here, man. Just let me know, my brother.
All right, no problem. Thank you for coming, man. Good. You have a good one. Okay, everybody else, what I'm going to do now is go back to this slide that I didn't finish, right? It was on credibility. There's only a few left. So let me finish that off. Let me see what we got here. Okay, so I was talking to you about the business phones, right? And all those details and setting up, right? And we left off at Freedom Voice, Ring Central, Vonage, and I told you my go-to was Freedom Voice, right? Okay. You also need a website, and this is stuff that you need. Shalonda, did I get you? Shalonda.
I'm sorry. I was just going to ask more on the vendor credit. So when we hire you or get on your program, do you guys fix so say like, because I have about 8 vendor credits, but only about 2 of them show up, and these are like major. I even have Amazon business credit. Mm-hmm. But only like 2 of my items show up on my business credit. So if I got your program, would you show me how to do it, or do you guys do it? That was
we show you how to do it. So in your situation right there, like you got a vendor that you know is supposed to be on your business credit, but it don't show up. So then the things that we do is one of the things I'm gonna do is look at your invoice. And I'm gonna make sure that everything is correct on that invoice. The billing address, the ship to address, I'm gonna check. The invoice date, I'm gonna look at the date you paid it, okay? Because some vendors will not report if you buy it and pay it in the same month, okay? So there's little things going down that affects that stuff being reported. If the amounts are under $50, some vendors don't report amounts under $50. Okay, so and then you got to know who they report to. So we figure out who they report to, so we can look at that report and make sure it's not on that report. And then on the report itself, it's not going to say the particular vendor name. it's gonna say the category. Okay, like if it's Home Depot, it'll say um, um, home and garden, right? So it'll give you a category. So you have to understand. It's like a process of elimination to determine what is even on your credit report. You see. So I hope I answered that question.
Thank you.
All righty. All right. Okay, let's see what the time is looking like. Okay, we got some time here. Okay, so let's finish off this thing right here. So before you even get to all those loans and stuff, you need this credibility set up, right? Before you even go to them. And that's what we was talking about before. No doubt, Joy. So we already talked about the name, EIN number. We talked about your address. We talked about your phone numbers, right? And you also need a website and a business email. Lenders and creditors will deny you if you don't have a website. Spend time and money that's necessary and money necessary to ensure your website is professionally designed and works well. So one of the things I do is provide websites for small businesses. And I have a package that's particularly designed for small businesses. It's called the Small Business Web Hosting Package. It is all inclusive, which means everything's included. You don't have to do anything. I do everything, okay? So this is what you get. It's all inclusive. This is what you get. Domain registration, 12 months web hosting, website design, monthly updates, unlimited emails, expert customer support, internet consultation. And what you do is schedule a consult. The websites start at $350 and every year it renews at $150. Okay. Whose hand was up first, Joy or Miss Phillips? Tiffany, go ahead.
Okay. What if I already own my domain?
Then if you own your domain, that's cool. I can still do your website. We go to
Because
the
I literally go to my website to start it, and I just all of a sudden feel this wave of anxiety and stress. And so I just shut it and close it and pretend it doesn't exist.
Okay. So
because now it doesn't exist. So
I can handle you. See,
Okay.
so what happens is at your domain registrar, we would go to your domain registrar, and like GoDaddy is a registrar. I don't know who you registered with, but we would go to your registrar and point the domain to my hosting service.
Okay.
My hosting service, and I'll take over from there.
all right, thank you.
So schedule a consult, and we'll get you proud of your website.
I am planning on doing that. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiff. Joy, you got a question?
Yes. So you offer this can you offer this as a second package? Or
Oh yes. The websites are just a separate package, right? So
okay.
right. So they start at $350. And this is
Okay.
what you need. You definitely need a website because this is what they look for when they trying to approve you. Some vendors will just go to Google and put your business name in, and they're gonna look for your business. Hopefully they find your business. And when they do find your business, they're gonna skip that nice and pretty homepage and they're gonna go straight to the contact page. Okay?
So now, okay, I had somebody do my website, right?
Okay.
But I don't think it's really like complete because like you just said, the lenders need to go straight to, what was that site you just said? Straight to
the contact page.
the contact page. I don't even have a contact page. So I don't think it's set up right. So if I don't have a
Okay.
contact page, is that set up correct? Is that correct?
Well, I won't say that, but holla at me and I'm gonna make sure you straight.
Okay.
Right. Normally websites do have a contact page, or maybe he decided not to do a contact page because the contact is on every page already on the top or the bottom. I don't know how yours is designed. but
Oh, okay.
that could be a reason why he didn't make a contact page. I don't know.
No,
But
no.
lenders, they're gonna look for the contact page so they can just go straight to where they need to go and find. And when they get to that contact page, they're gonna look for the business name, they're gonna look for the telephone number, and they're gonna look for that address and make sure it's the same thing you put on the application. See, that's when they're trying to catch you slipping up.
Right. Now, I don't
Right.
see that on mine. Mine is a product. Okay, mine is gonna be educational products like children books. So should that have, well, that should have a contact page, correct? And
I can't say, I can't, I can't say the answer to that one, right? I just have to look at it and determine, and then I can say to you, all right, this is what I think you need, right?
okay, okay. Well, just one more question.
Go ahead.
Should it have on that contact page? Could you have a mission statement, or should I?
Not on the contact page.
No.
You should have an about us page that has information about your company, and the mission statement is usually on that page.
Okay, I gotta get in contact with you. Okay.
Okay, y'all know how to contact me, right? It's right down there at the bottom. businesscreditbuilder.us/consult.
Okay, thank you.
Miss Phillips, your hand is up. What up? Miss Phillips.
I'm sorry, that's an accident.
Oh, okay, bet. Cool. All right. All right, let me continue. Let's see, the website. So email. The email you're gonna get when you get your website. All right. There's another question in there, but basically, that's how you should get your email, from where you get your website, the web hosting company. All right. Now, with my company, we give you unlimited email. Okay. So if you go to a company like GoDaddy, then they're gonna a la carte you, and then they'll get you all nice and set up. They're gonna charge you for your domain registration, your web hosting. They're gonna charge you for your website builder. And then now you need to communicate with somebody and you need an email. Now they're going to charge you $100 for an email. All right. So that's what they do. All right. So my company, we give you unlimited emails. You don't have to worry about that. Okay. Who has another question here? Miss Overstreet. Where can we find examples of your website design? When you contact me, I'll show you. All right. I'll show you. I don't have a page that has, all the, but I can say this. I don't go look for website clients. My clients tell somebody, and that's how I get clients. Okay. So I do what I say I'm gonna do. I make it professional, and boom, boom, bam. And if I can't do what you want to have done, I'm gonna let you know. Because one thing about me is I have your best interest at heart, not mine. I ain't trying to get an invoice from you. Invoices are nice, but my goal is to help you. So if I can't help you, I'm gonna tell you I can't help you, and go someplace else, right? Or I might even be able to I might even give you places to go, right? So, all right, I got your back. Okay, let me see. Ms. Overstreet, is that another question? If my website is already set up with GoDaddy, can you port over to your services? Yes, no doubt about it. It's in the DNS settings. So I would go into I'd ask you for your login to your GoDaddy, so I could just go in and set the DNS settings to point to my website, or to my servers. That's how that goes, and that's that terminology. So I got you. All right. All right. Let me see what else we got here. Okay, so you need that email. You got that. Boom, bam. Don't use partychick@Yahoo, right? They want you to use your name at yourbusinessname.com, right? So one of my clients, whenever he deals with the business with the banks and stuff, he always uses the email for that business. okay? Never a free email, because the lenders are thinking, well, shoot, who is this person? They just contacted me from any place with this free email. They want to see you do business with your business email, all right? That's like simple stuff, right? Fax number. I already told you about the fax number. You don't need it, but it's good to have. It gives credence to your business, all right? You got that number, the local number that's listed. You got your 800 number, and then you got your fax number. Now you're looking like you might be able to pay that bill, all right? Bank account. Once you get your certificate from the Secretary of State and you have your EIN number, then you can go to any bank that offers business bank accounts and you get a bank account, all right? One thing to know about this is that they're gonna ask you for your ID, and it's only to identify who you are. I see you, Tiff. And then the other thing to know about these bank accounts is that when you open up a business bank account, you can be on check systems for that business and you can still set up a bank account. So if you have a bad history with that bank or any other bank, you can still set up a bank account for your business. And they cannot come into your business bank account to accommodate your personal debt, okay? So it's safe to go to a bank, even if you're on check systems with that bank, and get a business bank account, all right? That's what you need to know. Tiffany, run it.
Okay, so I am a fictitious name. I think we talked about that yesterday, and I asked you if I needed to do an EIN number, and you said absolutely. So now I'm going to be switching over from my fictitious name, which I've had since 2019, into an EIN. Once I'm through, we're done with this series. And my bank that I'm currently at, I do have a business account that has both my name and my fictitious name on it. Should I open a separate account from that and close the fictitious name? Or is that just a banking question that I need to ask Fifth Third?
Basically, I think I'm kind of confused on that question, but what I'm thinking the answer is that basically this is how it goes. When you apply for credit, and they're gonna ask you for your bank, all right? Because credible businesses have bank accounts. So a lot of applications have the spot to put your bank account number. So then they just verify that you have a business bank account and what name is on it. So
okay, I have two separate ones. I have a personal account, and then I do have a business account, but it's as the fictitious name, not with an EIN number on it.
Oh.
So that's why I'm asking.
Hold on, that's curious because they won't set up a business bank account without an EIN.
They surely did, sir.
Okay, so I would
now I'm not
verify,
building business credit,
right,
I don't think.
Right, but I would double check to make sure that's a business bank account, because a bank is not gonna set you up with a business bank account if you don't have an EIN number.
Well, it has I'm living in Ohio now, but my business started in Florida. So I have a certificate from the state saying I am a fictitious name, and it is a certificate. So it is from the state.
Right.
So
that might be a
different.
question.
Yeah, it's different. But so my question is, should I just shut that account down and transfer everything over? Because basically I'm going to be starting from brand new with an EIN number, correct?
Right. I would probably do that because that don't sound right. Right. So there's some more questions I would be asking that bank.
Oh no, my debit card and everything says it's a business debit card. I mean, the routing numbers are completely different. It's a bit, I get shoved over to the business side. I know it's a business account, but my concern is, I need to get an EIN number. And is it best for me to say, okay, yes, I started in 2019, but now I'm going to switch over to an LLC, let's say. And so we're going to switch everything over. So basically
Right.
I'm going to be
You'll
starting
from
from
scratch. Right.
scratch, right? Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Which is cool because once you got it from scratch, now you got control of the information.
Okay.
All that other information is going to be, wow, do you change your name? Or, you know, if they see that stuff, then that's causing red flags, right?
Well, when I got my PPP loan,
Mhm.
it went, I mean, I got it fast. It went straight through, but
Okay.
SBA sent it back to my bank and said, we have to reapply because you applied for it under her business name, but she's a fictitious name, which is under her social. So now you have to apply for it as a PPP under her social security
So
number.
how did it go through real fast if they brought it back?
Because it went through fast, then it came back, and then they funded it. They funded it like the next day, just as soon as we updated that application. But they did send it back, and the loan itself is not under my business name. The loan itself is under my personal name.
Wow.
Because it goes by my social.
Okay, so they just said that this is a business that they're using their name as their business, you know.
They're using my social as a fictitious name.
Right. Your name, your business name is your personal name. So that's cool. They do that.
Okay.
All right.
I'll just start from scratch. That's this whole big discussion is should I start from scratch? So
yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
That's cool. Thank you, Tiff. And I'll look out for your getting on that consult. All right. Okay, I only got a few more slides left. And we could get out of here. One of the most common mistakes when building credit for your company is not matching business addresses on your business licenses. It's common to make sure that you got the correct business license and permits to operate. But the most common mistake is having an old address on your license, and that will get you denied, and they don't have to tell you why. Okay. Business listing. So if you're an existing business, I would suggest you go to Google and search your business name. And if you find information on your business with old information, then I would change that. So because the lenders are going to do that, they're going to search for your business, and if they find that old information, that draws a red flag to them. So this company called Yext, Y-E-X-T, they have a product called data cleansing, which cleans all that old stuff for your business name. They make it the right information. Okay, that's how important it is. Okay, and then we have the business credit reports. Understanding your business credit reports, very important. I see there's a question in there. I'm gonna get to you. Let me handle this business credit reports, and boom, we're gonna get out of here. All right, boom. So, business credit reports. There's 3 business credit reporting agencies: Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, Experian. Right now, you need access to your business credit reports because when you got these accounts and you're paying on these accounts, you need to look at your business credit report to make sure that they are reporting the information correctly and accurately. Okay, it's like this. Trade lines are the bricks that build the house, right? And that's the same with business credit. It's the trade line. The more you got, more trade lines you got, the stronger your business credit is. The business credit reports is like the blueprint, right? It shows you how your bricks are laid out, right? So the blueprint, the business credit reporting, the business credit reports, all right, is like your blueprint. And then you got your trade lines, that's the bricks, okay? So you can find out if your business has a report on it already, and you can do this for free by going to businesscreditbuilder.us/reports, okay? Go to reports, you'll see these icons, which are linked directly to the respective websites, and you can, to a place where you can put your business name and address in, and then If your business has a report on it already, then your business name will show up with the address, okay? And they might tell you whether or not you have trade lines or not, okay? Let me see. Let me get this question first, Tiff. Let me see what we got here. What if you have multiple locations? Then one location will be your corporate office. How's that for an answer? Tiff, what's up? That's your question, Tiff. Is that the same question you wanted to ask? Tiff.
Yep, that's perfect.
All right.
Because I know that there's more people in here I know that have multiple locations as well. So I just wanted to double check and make sure.
Yep. That's how you do it.
Okay,
right?
thanks.
Right. So you got control. You got control over what they see. And you want them to see consistent information. Right? That's what it boils down to. When you fill out that application, on that day, the day before you fill out the application, it could be, your information could be everywhere, right? But on that day you fill out the application, everything needs to line up nice and pretty. Like Mr. Williams said, think like you're the lender, right? So you don't want the lender does not want to see different stuff going on, right? Different addresses and all that stuff. Okay, let's see what else we got before we get out of here. Okay, Dun & Bradstreet. So once you get your credibility information set up and you're comfortable with all of that, the name, address, telephone number, website, EIN number, then you're running to Dun & Bradstreet and getting your free DUNS number. Free DUNS number. It's free. It's absolutely free. It takes about 30 days to get it. And in those 30 days, they're going to call you, they're going to email you, and they will convince you that you have to buy something to get this free DUNS number. You do not have to buy nothing. Now, the packages that they do offer are nice, all right? They sound nice and they do good, but they only affect Dun & Bradstreet. So when you go through my class on Thursday, when I show you everything what to do, I'm gonna show you how to do business credit with all three and not just one, okay? Okay, so that's Dun & Bradstreet. They have the DNBI self-monitoring, which is about $39 to $99 per month. So basically, these business reporting agencies, they are in the business of taking information, repackaging that information, and then selling it, all right? That's all they do. Take information, package, resell, boom, all right? So Experian, they have the smart business reports, goes for $49 to $99 per month. And Equifax, they have the Equifax Small Business Credit Report, which is $99 a month, okay? Now, remind you that when you do business with me, I'm gonna hook you up with $25 for all three business credit reports for $25, okay? So I'm gonna save you a little bit of money. And I'm gonna show you how, when you do business with us, we show you how to read your business credit reports, because it's not easy to read them. They just give you the information and you're supposed to know how to read them. So we teach you how to read them. I'm not saying you can't learn how to read them. We just streamline your efforts, right? Okay, so when you get your credibility set up, you get your business credit report set up, now you got to get starter vendors, which I call net 30 accounts. And this is not easy to do, because now you have to find vendors that's going to give you credit when you have no credit, and they have to report, all right? And that's difficult. Then you need to have 5, okay? You need to have 5 starter vendors. That's why I got this card. You check out the card though, he got the number 5 on it. He got the smoke, but look at his face. He's like, yo, I got 5 vendors. I got credit. Let's run. Right? All right. So then when you got 5, then that's when you can start applying for revolving accounts. A revolving accounts are accounts like Staples, Walmart, Costco, Home Depot. But these type of companies, they need you to have credit before they give you credit. You need to have credit. That's why we did those starter vendors. And the starter vendors create your profile so you can have credit and go to these revolvings, right? Now, Thursday, I'm gonna go into way detail on this stuff, okay? Much detail into this whole process, answer questions and all of that, all right? And once you get up to 10 trade lines on your business credit report, that's when you start qualifying for Visa, MasterCard, American Express type business cards, okay? Basically, no skipping steps. You can't skip steps. The goal is to get up to 10 trade lines, a high limit of 10,000 on one of those revolving, and I'm gonna tell you about that Thursday. Let me see, cash business credit accounts will match your highest. Okay, I'm gonna tell you about that Thursday. You get access to MasterCard, Visa, American Express. And when you have business credit, you have access to loans and credit lines, okay? I'm not gonna do the alternative funding options. Let me see. I'm gonna do that Thursday in detail, all right? So we're gonna skip over all that. We'll do that Thursday. Let me show you this right here. This is one of my clients. She got all these approvals in 6 months without using her social. Sprint 2,000, Amazon 4,500, Tractor Supply 5,000, Exxon 5,000, Fuel Man Fleet 6,000, BP, BJ 7, BP 8, Lowe's 10, Apple 12.5, Shell 15. Whew, that's a lot, ain't it? All right. Look at PNC. That's a line of credit, $150,000. All right. So she did it. You could do it, but not everybody could do it in 6 months. She's only able to do it in 6 months because she's a stay-at-home mom. Her husband is a truck driver, and she's at home all day, right? So she could do it. Not everybody could do that, right? Okay. Schedule your free business credit consultation at businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. Are there any more questions? Any more questions? Tiff, you ain't got no more questions?
I didn't know my hand was up. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no
Hey,
problem.
I do want to actually thank you for this because I don't really sign up for a ton of webinars because you get so much different information from everybody else.
Yes.
But I am just so impressed in the last 2 days that it has definitely made me change looking at how I am currently doing business and how I need to move forward from here. So I want to thank you.
Oh man. Oh, I thank you for the kind words. But you're gonna be blown away Thursday when I go into detail on everything.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to doing a consult with you. So
okay, great. I look forward
thank
to
you.
talking to you. Thank you, Tiff. And anybody else got any questions before we end today? Today is day 2. Tomorrow's day 3. Go ahead.
Sorry, I have a question. I have
Denise?
a scheduling conflict. Yes, this is Denise. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I have a scheduling conflict for Thursday. Is there any way I could get a recording of the class if I'm not able to sit in on the entire class?
You sure can. Either that, well, let me see. That's gonna be those days are gonna be hectic for me, right? But usually I'll put them up. I'll put the recording up that night, but I already foresee I have a big situation with my mom I'm gonna be dealing with that it may take me a couple days to get it up, right? So by Monday, it's gonna be up. By Monday, it's gonna be up, but we are gonna get it up there, all right? And you can also just go to my YouTube channel and check out some of the webinars I've already done.
I'm a subscriber. I'll check for updates too. Thank you.
Cool, bet. Thank you very much. I'm with that. Yeah, got subscribers on the joint. Any more questions, anybody? Come on, drill me. This is your chance to drill me. Get it in. Tomorrow, we're going to be at ROK Financial. Okay. If you're seeing the itinerary, we're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff. Okay. Funding related. Okay. ROK Financial. And we're actually going to their office and broadcasting live from their office. They're out in Long Island, New York. This is the New York series going down. So I'll see y'all tomorrow at ROK Financial Studios. Thursday, we're going to do the big blowout, $250,000, how to get it in business credit. And make sure you get your free guide on how to build business credit by going to businesscreditbuilder.us/free guide. Don't forget, I also got books that I've written on business credit, personal credit. Okay, check it out at /ebooks. All right. If we have no more questions, it's time for me to jet out. I thank everybody for coming. I'll see y'all for day 3 and 4 of the Summer 21 NYC 4-day funding crash course. Thank y'all for coming. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one. Who's that? Put something in there. Oh, yes, Shy. Oh, now you say something, Shy. Thank you. Thank you.
I have a question real quick.
Yes,
how do
go
we
ahead.
schedule a consultation with you? I didn't see how to do that.
Okay, that's on the screen right now. businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. Okay, you got that? Yeah, Erica. Thank you, Erica. Word is born. Yes, yes. So you got it. Who was that? Yeah, that's it right there. I'm gonna type it in the box too, just so you have it. Business credit.
I got
builder. Okay, cool. .us/consult. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night. See y'all tomorrow. Make sure y'all register because it fills up. Because I don't want too many people in here asking a whole bunch of questions. Just enough to get through the information, right? Okay. Thank y'all very much. Y'all have a good night. We're gonna shut down the shop. And y'all have a good evening. Thank y'all.